Ring in the new year at the all-new Clubhouse Racebook, opening at 11 a.m. More than 250 flat-screen TVs, state-of-the-art wagering terminals, fantastic food and drinks, an amazing Vegas-style atmosphere with seating for nearly 900 of your closest friends. So join us at the all-new Clubhouse Racebook, the Capital Region's new home for racing and sports. The Clubhouse Racebook, 711 Central Avenue, just off I-90 Exit 5, Albany.
This is the OTB Network.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this week's edition of Horses and Courses in our regular Monday slot without the legal holidays, and about 19 races to bring you this week, and the trail picking up towards the Kentucky Oaks and the Kentucky Derby when we get down to one of the three big days at the fairgrounds. But kicking it off, we're going to be on the west coast of Florida. We have 4-year-olds and up, fillies and mares going 7 furlongs. Hot Summer, the 6-5 favorite in the Manatee.
They're off and running in the 28th renewal of the Manatee. Much Rejoicing is away sharply on the outside with Promised Mandate. Now moving up, and there goes Taylor's Irish. Now advancing to challenge the last horse away, the late running Island Bound. They move out of the 7 furlong, shoot it onto the main track. A well compact field. Taylor's Irish shows the way by a length and a half. Much Rejoicing is their second. Canadian Mistress. The New Orleans Invader on the outside is third. You're Not the Boss of Me is close up today. Toward the rail is Island Bound. Then it's a length and a half farther back to the New York bred Spa City Lover. Sally up on the outside. It's Promised Mandate, and the heavy favorite Hot Summer is the trailer, but she's only about 7 lengths off the pace setter as they leave the half-mile marker and swing around the far turn. Taylor's Irish and Pedro Cotto Jr. trying to pull the upset. You're Not the Boss of Me is their second. Toward the rail, Island Bound is coming under right third. Canadian Mistress is up on the outside fourth, and now Hot Summer and Willie Martinez guides her to the outside. There's only 3 lengths separating the top 5 horses as they turn for home. Taylor's Irish on the outside. Island Bound remains toward the rail. Moving up from between horses, Taylor's Irish is still there. Island Bound is toward the rail. Far outside, Canadian Mistress. In deep stretch, it's Island Bound. On the outside, Taylor's Irish. They'll come to the wire. Heads apart of the Manatee. It looks like Taylor's Irish might have got the nod at 16-1. 1:23-2 the running time.
What a terrific start to the program. Taylor's Irish, who makes every pole a winning one and pushed on the turn. It's hard to imagine as they were entering the stretch with all the energy Taylor's Irish had already put forth that she would have enough in the lane, but she does. And you heard at the big price, returning $35.40. Island Bound, breaking from the rail, going 7/8 at Tampa, down inside, finishes second. Much Rejoicing checks in third, and Hot Summer, coming off the nearly 3-month layoff, at 6-5, beats 1 horse while finishing 8th in Saturday's Manatee. Now time to go over to Gulfstream Park. Couple of stakes races over the weekend. Up first will be 3-year-olds going 1 mile 16th in the Kitten's Joy, and Lucky Chappie, the even money choice.
They're racing in the Kitten's Joy. And it's How Great going right out to the front. Italo on the inside, away well. Cosetti came out running in third, and it's Empire Builder to the outside. Down at the rail, El Romano is running in fifth early. Lucky Chappie settles back there in sixth with 1 horse beaten, and that is Scorcher, who's at the back of the field as they race on that first turn. How Great is the leader by a length over Cosetti and Italo to the inside. These 3 take them to the backstretch clear by 2.5 lengths. After a quarter of 24 3/5 seconds, Empire Builder now back about 5 lengths off the lead as How Great kicks away. After that comes Lucky Chappie racing on the outside of El Romano, and Scorcher is the trailer. How Great up the backstretch, on top by a length and a half over Cosetti. Italo third to the inside. Empire Builder is next. And then it's Lucky Chappie who's got 4 lengths to make up, followed by Scorcher and El Romano. 48 flat was the half mile. How Great on top as they round the far turn. Empire Builder and Cosetti are now right alongside. And these three lead them around the far turn. How Great continues to lead, though. Empire Builder second. Cosetti's dropped back. Lucky Chappie is moving up on the outside with his stablemate How Great to catch. They're into the stretch. How Great on top by 2. Empire Builder is second. Lucky Chappie's trying to roll late on the outside, but How Great's got a 3-length lead as Lucky Chappie and Empire Builder chase him home. How Great wins the Kitten's Joy. Lucky Chappie was second, Empire Builder third, and Cosetti was fourth.
How Great wins again, and folks, yes, those are the same silks running past the line. And how many times has yours truly said, always bet the higher priced odds? Well, Graham Motion runs 1-2, but it's How Great, the 9-2 choice, defeating the even money choice for Team Valor Stable. How Great, just like Taylor's Irish in the opener from Tampa, makes every pole a winning one under Edgar Prado. Javier Castellano finishes a very non-threatening second, and Empire Building finishes third in Saturday's running of the Kitten's Joy, and we will see How Great, how he continues down at Gulfstream Park, because remember, even though the vast majority of attention, 97.5% plus, 3-year-olds, both fillies and colts, turns to the dirt, they do have a nice series for the 3-year-olds on the turf down at Gulfstream Park through the winter time. Sunday afternoon, we're going to have 3-year-old fillies going a mile in the Sweetest Chant, and Day at the Spa, 7-5.
They're racing in the Sweetest Chant. Slow beginning for Sisterhood. It's Frolic's Revenge and Awesome Belle out for the lead. And there's Ready Signal moving through an opening on the inside to be a part of the early pace. And now Ready Signal and Awesome Belle are really going to kick on, and they're flying into that first turn. Frolic's Revenge follows in third position. On the outside, Slew's Exchange is running fourth by 2.5. Then Whole Lot of Shakin' and Of the Dance. Day at the Spa getting a fast pace in front of her. 13 lengths off the lead. And the trailer is Sisterhood. 23 flat was the opening quarter. On the backstretch, Ready Signal, the leader, with Awesome Belle sitting in second. And now they start to slow it down a bit up front. 3 lengths back to Slew's Exchange in third. Frolic's Revenge fourth by 2.5. Then a Whole Lot of Shakin' and Of the Dance. Day at the Spa now within 10 lengths of the lead and 4 lengths clear of Sisterhood. 47 flat was the half mile as they go into the turn. Ready Signal, the leader. Awesome Belle a length and a half behind her. Slew's Exchange runs in third. Frolic's Revenge is fourth. Then it's Whole Lot of Shakin' and Of the Dance. Day at the Spa now swings to the far outside. She's got 5.5 lengths to make up, and she gets a wide run. They're coming to the top of the stretch. Ready Signal turns for home in front. One off the rail. Frolic's Revenge comes on. Whole Lot of Shakin'. Day at the Spa unleashing a run down the center of the course, and Day at the Spa takes off for the wire. Day at the Spa and Javier Castellano win the Sweetest Chant over Whole Lot of Shakin', Frolic's Revenge, and Sisterhood.
And there's Day at the Spa. Javier Castellano, runner-up in Saturday's Kitten's Joy, scores the victory here in Day at the Spa, trailing early in this race. Took a little while to get untracked, and then you saw in the lane, looked like there was a little bit of crowding, but once she changed leads and leveled out, it was Katie Bar the door for a Day at the Spa. A convincing victory for the Chad Brown trainee. Whole Lot of Shakin', who momentarily looked as if Alex Solis might get home. Frolic's Revenge finishes third. Day at the Spa returns $4.80. The fairgrounds well underway from their Thanksgiving Day opening. They have 3 big days in the new year, and up first was Saturday afternoon. We have 6 stakes races to bring you. Up first, 4-year-olds and up, going 6 furlongs in the F.W. Godin Memorial. 3 horses, lower than 5-2 on the board. Joe Hollywood, the betting favorite at 7-5.
They're off in the FW Gold Dam Memorial, and here's Joe Hollywood from the rail, straight out toward the front, and Cash Refunds on the same page. But it's Joe Hollywood. Joe Hollywood just a bit faster than Cash Refund, who's right there close in tow to Joe Hollywood. Followed then by Mambo Galliano, the Thanksgiving handicap winner. Gaintree, the one outpaced early on, smoked through a keyhole, trails the quintet. The opening quarter, Joe Hollywood blows past the beam and 21-3. They enter the turn. Joe Hollywood, a narrow leader. Cash Refund is keeping the pressure up, though, on Hollywood. 3 furlongs to go. Joe Hollywood, Cash Refund, some hard-nosed racing coming toward the quarter pole, with Gaintree looming for both. Mambo Galliano fourth, and here's the quarter pole. Spoke through a keyhole has trailed, and now they're into the stretch. Half mile in 44-2. Joe Hollywood, Cash Refund, Gaintree charging. Mambo Galliano spoke through a keyhole. Final furlong, Cash Refund to a short lead. Gaintree charging. Joe Hollywood has gone back to third. Then Mambo Galliano. Final half furlong. Cash Refund, Gaintree. Gaintree, Cash Refund in a battle that's come down to a bob. And then farther back, Joe Hollywood and Mambo Galliano. Cash Refund and Gaintree. They hit this together dead tight.
They have a wonderful sprinting series at the fairgrounds, kicking off on Thanksgiving Day with the FW Godin Memorial continue. They'll have 2 more, if memory serves me right. And coming right back, the exacta out of Thanksgiving Day is the exacta with 1 month of winter in the books. Gaintree scores the victory, wins by a nose as the second choice at 2-1. Cash Refund wins the battle by putting away the favorite Joe Hollywood, but loses the war as they finish second. Joe Hollywood checks in at third, for third as the 6-5 favorite, but Richie Aremia scores the victory on Gaintree in the Godin. Continuing the half a dozen stakes races on Saturday afternoon down at the fairgrounds, we're going to have 3-year-old fillies prepping for the Fairgrounds Oaks and others in the Silver Bullet Day. The even money favorite, Summer Applause.
They're off in the Silver Bullet Day Stakes. Here's Always Here Too, Believe You Can. Any Mini in the black cap, Summer Applause. Yvette Sangallo, last of the 5 at the first turn. Believe You Can forges to a very short lead from Always Here Too, Believe You Can, and Always Here Too as they go to the back of the track. Robbie Alvarado has Summer Applause just off these leaders, with Believe You Can now leading the way by a length and a half to Summer Applause, who's edged into second from Always Here Too, third toward the rail by 2. Then Any Mini, Yvette Sangallo trails the Silver Bullet Day Quintet. A quarter covered in 23 and 4/5 seconds, heading to the half-mile pole. Believe You Can, the leading lady. Believe You Can by a length and a half. Summer Applause, Always Here Too, right there, both close up to Believe You Can at the half-mile pole. Then Any Mini and Yvette Sangallo. 4 furlongs in 47 and 4/5 seconds as they enter the far turn. Believe You Can, Summer Applause, Always Here Too. Any Mini inching up on the outside. Yvette Sangallo being hard-ridden to track down this leading quartet as they come toward the quarter pole. Believe You Can, a length leader. Then Summer Applause, Any Mini, Always Here Too, fourth quarter pole. Yvette Sangallo has trail. Believe You Can went 3 quarters at 1:12 and 4. Now they're in the final 3/16. Believe You Can holds on to this lead from Summer Applause and Any Mini. Always Here Too, fourth, down toward the final 16th of a mile. Believe You Can for Rosie Napravnik. Believe You Can. Believe You Can in the Silver Bullet Day. All the way, Believe You Can. Then Summer Applause, Any Mini, Always Here Too. Yvette Sangallo trailed throughout, and the time was 1 minute 42 and 1/5 seconds.
What a strong effort by Believe You Can off the October 30th effort. These are the familiar silks of Proud Spell, owned by the former governor of the Commonwealth of Kentucky, Britton Jones, trained by Larry Jones. A brilliant, brilliant effort. Rosie Napravnik puts Believe You Can on the front end at the fairgrounds with that very long stretch, the longest stretch we have in the United States, makes every pole a winning one. Summer Applause with Robbie Alvarado, the even money favorite, checks in second, with Eeny Meeny finishing third in the field of 5. Up next, over to the turf on Saturday afternoon at the fairgrounds. 4-year rolls it up, going the about distance of 1 mile and a 16th in the Colonel Bradley. The even money favorite, Sun Tracer.
E.R. Bradley handicap, and they're off. And it was an even start. There's Baltimore Bob, Lonesome Street, Mr. Vegas in the green cap nearest the inside. That 16-time winner. Strike Impact fourth and close to what pace there is. Dubious Smith, Sun Tracer settled back in last as they come past the stands with Mr. Vegas now coming to the forefront for Miguel Mena. It's Mr. Vegas to the first turn. Leading Baltimore Bob, Lonesome Street, and a ground-saving Strike Impact. Then Dubious Smith second to last. Rosie Napravnik and the Woodchopper winner, Sun Tracer, trailing the field as they go to the back of the course. Mr. Vegas covered the opening quarter in 24 1/5 seconds. Mr. Vegas by just over 2. Baltimore Bob second and tracking well. And then Strike Impact and Lonesome Street, both well off the inside part of the course. Dubious Smith is 6 from the leader. Mr. Vegas, who's a solo act heading to the half-mile pole. Mr. Vegas facing no pace pressure. Sun Tracer trails 6 lengths from front to back. Mr. Vegas cruised to the half mile in 49 2/5 seconds. Mr. Vegas leads Baltimore Bob. On the outside, Strike Impact, then Dubious Smith in the blue cap. We come back in the field to Lonesome Street and behind horses and Sun Tracer forced wide by Lonesome Street. Mr. Vegas now in the shadow of the quarter pole. Strike Impact, Dubious Smith, Baltimore Bob, Sun Tracer and Lonesome Street. Top of the straight, 3/4 in 1:13 4. Mr. Vegas trying to see this through for 1 more furlong. Mr. Vegas holding on to a short lead. Dubious misses charging. Strike Impact and Sun Tracer on the front outside. Inside the final 16th, Mr. Vegas kept on. Mr. Vegas to win it from Dubious Miss. Strike Impact third, Sun Tracer fourth, then Lonesome Street, and Baltimore Bob was last home.
Mr. Vegas wins again, first start since winning on New Year's Eve. Miguel Mena puts Mr. Vegas on the front end and improves that position. Looked to be drifting out in the stretch a little bit. Maybe that was race riding. Don't know, but Mr. Vegas gets home, returning $12.40, followed by Dubious Miss and Strike Impact. Sun Tracer, coming off of the Black Friday victory, the Woodchopper finishes 4th at even money in Saturday's Colonel Bradley. Up next, we're going to have 4-year rolls and up, going 1 mile and a 16th on the dirt in the 66th running as they start to prep for the New Orleans handicap, but the 66th running of the Louisiana handicap, the 2-1 favorite, Alma d'Oro.
They're off in the Louisiana handicap, and it was a level start. This Sky Is No Limit out toward the front, Worley at his inside. Between horses, Harmonizer, along with the tenacious winner, Fast Alex, and Alma d'Oro, and the leading quintet, too. And brushing there on the first turn was Worldly, along with Fast Alex. Harmonizer carried very wide when taken up in tight quarters. This Sky Has No Limit, smooth sailing in front. The Sky Has No Limit being flanked by Worldly and Alma d'Oro right there, lying a close third for John Velasquez. Fast Alex fourth against the rail by 3. Then Gleam of Hope, Glenwood Canyon, Harmonizer, Stay Put trails. The quarter 24 3/5 seconds, racing up the backstretch. The Sky Is No Limit. The leader with 5 furlongs to go. In front by 2. Worldly second by a length. Alma d'Oro right there biding his time. And Fast Alex is down toward the inside. Gleam of Hope is 5 from the leader. This Sky Has No Limit, who takes them through a half mile in 48 3/5 seconds. Unchallenged, this Sky Is No Limit as they enter the far turn. Glenwood Canyon, Stay Put up one spot. Harmonizer trails. 3 furlongs from home. This Sky Has No Limit. This Sky Has No Limit at the rail, leading Alma d'Oro, who's now grabbed second. Worley has dropped back under pressure. On the outside, Gleam of Hope being asked to go quarter pole. Then Fast Alex, Stay Put, Glenwood Canyon, Harmonizer is trailed. And now they're at the top of the stretch. Under a quarter to run, 3/4 in 1:13 1. This Sky Has No Limit set down now for Shane Sellers into this final fairgrounds furlong. This Sky Has No Limit is staying on. Fast Alex on the outside, Alma d'Oro and Gleam of Hope. Stay Put is next. This Sky Has No Limit in the Louisiana handicap wins by a length. Fast Alex was second, Alma d'Oro third, Gleam of Hope fourth, and Stay Put finished fifth. Harmonizer sixth.
Well, folks, so far we have 7 races in the book this week's edition of Horses and Courses. Whether it's Florida, whether it's Tampa and Gulfstream, whether it's the Fairgrounds, Turf Dirt, that's our 5th out of 6 front end winner. Shane Sellers, Steve Asmussen, they put This Guy Has No Limit on the front end, and they score the $12.20 upset victory in the Louisiana Handicap. Fast Alex finishes 2nd. And Alma Dioro finishes 3rd as the 2-1 favorite in Saturday's Louisiana Handicap. We're going to take our first break. When we come back, we still have some more racing from the fairgrounds. We have, who else do we have here? Turfway and Oaklawn in the next segment. Please stay tuned. And welcome back to Horses and Courses, ladies and gentlemen. Still a couple more races to bring you from the big Saturday afternoon at the fairgrounds. And up first, 4-year-olds and up, fillies and mares sprinting the about distance of 5.5 furlongs on the fairgrounds turf course in the Panzeretta. Wild About Marie, the 2-1 favorite.
And they're off in the Panzeretta Stakes. And Wild About Marie, just a brilliant break. There's Inspired up and after the front. Rapport showing good speed along with Dr. Diamond's Prize, who's fast on the scene too. Inspired leads for John Velasquez. Dr. Diamond's Prize and Rapport both close up. Grand Linus, Flash Bash running in 5th past the half mile. Wild About Marie is 6th after a very sharp start and 7 from the front. As they enter the far turn, Mullins Beach closer toward the rail with Well Deserved and Born in the USA. And pulled up there was Rapport. Rapport pulled up. Grand Linus was hampered by that rival and seeking Miss Shelley in the backfield as Inspired leads them past the quarter pole. Inspired well off the rail. Inspired has a 4-length advantage now in the final furlong and a half from Wild About Marie charging up the inside. Flash Mash, Well Deserved with the late gain. Mullins Beach in 5th. On the edge of the 16th pole. Inspired holding on to the lead. Wild About Marie charging, but time ticking away. Inspired in the Panzeretta beats Wild About Marie. Flash Mash finished 3rd, close 4th. Mullins Beach and Standside was Well Deserved.
And John Velasquez in town to ride Dan and Sheila in the next up Lecomte Stakes. Scores the victory here with Alan Iwinski returning. $32.80, ladies and gentlemen, making every pole a winning one again. That's 6 for 8, ladies and gentlemen, so far. But Inspired scoring the nice victory off of the Gulfstream Park Christmas Eve event. Wild About Marie finishes 2nd as the favorite. Flash Mash finishes 3rd. Rapport breaking down about the 3 ace poles, the second choice at 240-1. But the offspring of Unbridled Song, Inspired with the number 13 saddle cloth, scores the length and a half victory in the Panzeretta. The big prep race on Saturday afternoon kicks off the fairgrounds trek to the Kentucky Derby. Mile 70 yards, the Lecomte Stakes, the favorite entry, Dan and Sheila and Z Dagger, at 3-1.
And they're off in the Lecomte Stakes. And there's Alexander the Great out for the lead with Z Dagger. Here's Hero of Order and Cape Town Devil also forwardly placed at the first turn. It's Alexander the Great and Hero of Order going out to lead them. At the inside is Z Dagger and Hammer's Terror is right up there too. Cape Town Devil now running in fifth. Mr. Bowling is sixth upon settling, going to the back of the track. Then Shared Property, X Factor, 7 Lively Sins, Chalibut Springs. At the inside is Adina's Chance, running in 11th position. Then we come back in the field to Dan and Sheila and Ted's Folly, running in 13th in the opening quarter, 23 and 1/5 seconds, just under 5 furlongs to go. Alexander the Great's in front, leading Hero of Order. At the inside, Z Dagger, Hammer's Terror, Mr. Bowling and the leading quintet too as they go past the half-mile pole. X Factor is ground saving, followed out wide by Shared Property and the half mile in 47 and 1/5 seconds. They enter the far turn where Alexander the Great is now being readily opposed by Hero of Order. Mr. Bowling is right there looming. At the inside is Z Dagger. On the outside, Hammer's Terror right there within range. As they come toward the top of the stretch, Cape Town Devil fan wide. Shared Property even farther out still. Then Ted's Folly as they come past the quarter pole. And now they're at the top of the stretch. 3 quarters went in 1, 12, and 4. The charge down toward the final furlong. It's Mr. Bowling who's emerged in front. Hero of Order at the inside, Alexander the Great. Z Dagger on the far outside, Shared Property. Cape Town Devil and Hammer's Terror. Inside the final 16th, Shared Property, Z Dagger. Mr. Bowling in a 3-way thriller. It's Mr. Bowling on the wire. Mr. Bowling over Z Dagger, Shared Property, then Dan and Sheila. Hero of Order, Hammer's Terror was next. Following them home, Alexander the Great and Ted's Folly.
There are those Silks again. The former governor of the Commonwealth of Kentucky, Burton Jones, Larry Jones. They win this nice 3-year-old prep grade 3. They get the $105,000 in the bank account, putting them in very, very good stead going forward. But Mr. Bowling, the second choice at a tick above 7-2, scores the victory under Robbie Alvarado. I have to tell you, folks, deep in the stretch, I didn't think Mr. Bowling, who I fancied, was going to get home off the October 30th effort at Churchill Downs, but that wasn't the case. Robbie Alvarado just rode him to the line. Z Dagger finishes second. Shared Property, I thought both of those horses were going to run down Mr. Bowling in the Lecomte, but that was not the case, as Larry Jones wins another one on this week's edition of Horses and Courses. A very, very nice first leg of the Fairgrounds Triple Crown Series. But Mr. Bowling, second choice, scores the victory over part of the favorite entry. Now time to turn our attention to Northern Kentucky. One race to bring you from this past week. The 3-year-old fillies going 6.5 furlongs on the synthetic in the Cincinnati Trophy Stakes. The 2-1 favorite, Lotta Lovin'.
And they're off for the lead from the outside. That's Sweetness and Goodness. AP Diva moves through from the rail. Followed in the center of the track by Southern Bling down the back stretch. AP Diva ahead in front. Sweetness and Goodness second. Gap of 2.5, Lotta Lovin' third. Then from the rail, Cozy Up Lady takes fourth. It's a length back to Southern Bling in fifth. Up in the center of the track into sixth, that's Piscatcha. Then from the outside, Flashy Lassie with Nava, quarter in 22 and 3. Midway through the turn, AP Diva by ahead over Sweetness and Goodness. Lotta Lovin' gains from third. Then up in the center of the track, Piscatcha takes fourth. Through from the inside, Southern Bling is fifth. Now Lotta Lovin' moves by and gets the lead from AP Diva. Sweetness and Goodness third, but Lotta Lovin' just draws away. Lotta Lovin' wins going away by 6 or 7 over AP Diva. Sweetness and Goodness, then a photo.
And what would a Horses and Courses show be without Michael Maker training a winner? Here's the case we tease because Michael Makers just had a tremendous 5 or 6 months in the stakes calendar. A lot of loving. The 7-length victory for Victor LeBrun scores the easy victory as the 2-1 favorite. AP Diva finishes second, and Sweetness Goodness finishes third. Just as a quick geography lesson, folks, if you've never been A, to northern Kentucky, or B, flown into the Cincinnati airport, the Ohio River separates Ohio and Kentucky, and the Cincinnati airport is actually in the state of Kentucky, rather close to Turfway Park. They're underway at Oaklawn Park. We have a couple of stakes races to bring you from over the weekend. Up first will be 4-year-old fillies in the 1.16 Pippin Stakes. The favorite, Absent Minded.
And they're off in the Pippin. Let Me Go broke beautifully from the outside, straight to the front. Spring Party is flashing some early speed. Absent Minded along the inside is up close, as is Brian's Jewel. And She's All In has to go wide into this first turn, 5 wide in fact. Just behind her comes Bella Medaglia. Then it's Tis Miss Sue, about 6 lengths off the lead, and Carly's Holiday is the early trailer. Absent Minded comes through on the inside to take a narrow lead over Let Me Go in second. Then it's She's All In, now 3 wide. Spring Party is on the inside, and Brian's Jewel between those two. Only 2.5 lengths covers that quintet. Tis Miss Sue is a bit eager to run. She's being guided off the rail right now. Just behind her comes Bella Medaglia, 5 lengths off the pacemaker, and Carly's Holiday is the trailer. Absent Minded, very comfortable up top, leads by a length, heading to the half-mile pole in the Pippin. Let Me Go is asked to keep up second. Brian's Jewel, Spring Party continue to race side by side. She's All In the clear. Bella Medaglia is widest of all. Just inside of her comes Tis Miss Sue, who's only 4 lengths off the leader, and Carly's Holiday continues to trail. Midway on the far turn, Absent Minded leads by a neck. Brian's Jewel going after her second. On the outside, Bella Medaglia is finding her best stride, making an early bid. Tis Miss Sue has run. Tis Miss Sue just behind them, looking for racing room. She's All In, has to do better, and there's room for Tis Miss Sue coming through on the inside of Absent Minded with a furlong left to go. These two in a showdown with Bella Medaglia, a length and a half back third. Tis Miss Sue on the inside takes the lead. Absent Minded's trying to go with her. These two in a stellar stretch duel. Absent Minded comes right back on the outside of Tis Miss Sue. They're nose and nose. Absent Minded. What a game victory in the Pippin. Tis Miss Sue was second. She's All In finished third, and Bella Medaglia was fourth. The running time 1 minute 45 and 1/5 seconds.
A terrific horse race. Terrific job by Terry Thompson on the winner, Carlos Marquez Jr. on the runner-up. We can't call Absent Minded, in every pole a winning one, because the chart says that at the 8th pole, Tis Miss Sue put a head in front of Absent Minded. Wayne Lucas sends out the winner. Remember, Wayne had the championship meet at Oaklawn Park last year. I know he's left much of the national stage, but scores the victory here. The first two, a matter of fact, they only bet 4 horses, folks, and they ran 1, 2, 3, 4. All the rest were double digits, but Absent Minded, coming out of the Breeders' Cup, scores the victory under Terry Thompson. Tis Miss Sue, who went down inside the comfortable second-place horse, just losing by a neck, with She's All In finishing third in Saturday's Pippin. On Sunday afternoon, they're going to have the 4-year-olds and up fillies and mares in the American Beauty. The favorite, Starlight Starbright.
All in line for the American Beauty. And they're off. All About Alley breaks out very quickly. Awesome Symmetry on the outside is flashing sharp early speed. Sassy City is just outside of her as they run down the back stretch. It's Awesome Symmetry narrowly in front, joined now by Starlight Starbright. Those two are stride for stride, and Sassy City moves up to be a joint third, racing on the outside. Rattlin' Gypsy is next. Mindy Sue between horses. Denali Glitter is 3 wide, 5 lengths off the speed. All About Alley is next, and no early speed from Gleaming. She'll have to make up more than a dozen lengths in less than 3/8 of a mile. It's Starlight Starbright on the inside, matching strides with Awesome Symmetry. Perfect trip for Sassy City, who's poised to pounce on the outside. And there goes Sassy City with a big move at the quarter pole. From the back of the pack, Gleaming is unwinding a powerful run. She has 8 lengths to make up. Blue Cap far outside as the field turns for home. Sassy City, the one to beat. Starlight Starbright second. Gleaming is motoring home in the center of the track. The target is Sassy City. Gleaming is gobbling up the ground. Look at Gleaming just explode explode on the outside from last to first with a devastating turn of foot, and Gleaming wins the American Beauty stylishly. Sassy City second, tight photo for third between Rattlin' Gypsy and All About Alley.
And Gleaming, the slight second choice in here, almost favorite, I should say, scores the victory under Lindy Wade, coming from well off the pace, last, as it were, to score a rather convincing 1 3/4 length victory. One thing I'll say about the favorite, Starlight Star Bright, who finished second to last as the 5-2 favorite. You know, Terry Thompson was just drilled, you know, being down inside, just pressed, and just packed it in. So, you know, perhaps Starlight Star Bright, that 7th place finish as the chalk, not as tough as it looks. But Brett Calhoun sends out Gleaming to score the victory coming out of the Black Friday event at Remington Park. Sassy City finishes second, with Rattlin' Gypsy checking in third in Sunday's American Beauty at Oaklawn Park. We're going to take a quick break. When we return, we have racing from Northern California, Southern California, and the Big A. And welcome back to Horses and Courses. Now time to make a stop at Golden Gate Fields. Last week we had the 3-year-olds in the California Derby. Now time for the 3-year-old fillies to go a mile and a 16th in the California Oaks. Lady of 50, the stick.
Racing. Your special day is away fast with Distant Image and La Chispa, Sweet Nothings. And here comes Lady of 50 for a share of the early lead. Run the Blues away as Rhea Woods. It's Lady of 50 and Distant Image together. By 1.5 lengths, La Chispa crossing to third. Sweet Nothings tucks in fourth. She's followed by Run the Blues away and Your Special Day on the outside, dropping out to the rear. 5 lengths front to back, and Lady of 50 puts a length on Distant Image. They're followed by La Chispa, outside Sweet Nothings. Run the Blues away 5th with 6 lengths to make up, then Your Special Day. The lead increases for Lady of 50. She takes them onto the back stretch a little over 2 lengths. Distant Image running second, followed by Sweet Nothings, La Chispa, Run the Blues away, and Your Special Day racing wide and beginning to pick up. It's a tight clump that follows Lady of 50 along the back stretch in the California Oaks. Lady of 50 by a length and a half. Now it's been cut to 3/4. Distant Image looms closer again. La Chispa, the green caps in the 3 path, a joint third with Sweet Nothings, who follows the rail. Your Special Day camped out wide as they reach the end of the back stretch and then Run the Blues away, awkwardly positioned. 4 lengths covering the field. Past the 3/8 pole comes Lady of 50, 1 length to the good of Distant Image. Then Sweet Nothings, La Chispa wider, followed by Run the Blues away, and Your Special Day's dropped out last. She's now 6 lengths from the lead. She's losing touch with the pack. Homeward bound in the Oaks and Lady of 50 by 2 lengths. Sweet Nothing sees daylight, gives chase under a left-handed whip. They're clear of Run the Blues away. Past the 8th pole, Hollendorfer 1-2. Lady of 50 still shows the way. Sweet Nothing's making little or no impression. Then Run the Blues away. But Lady of 50 takes them all the way and makes a sparkling 3-year-old debut. Sweet Nothings ran second, Run the Blues away third, then La Chispa, followed by Distant Image, and Your Special Day Lee was losing touch with them before the quarter pole.
And yes, Michael Rona, not the first, nor probably not the last time, he'll call Jerry Hollendorfer 1-2 to the finish line in a stakes race in Northern California. But Lady of 50, the 6-5 favorite, scores the every polo winning one victory on the synthetic Tapeta surface up at Golden Gate Fields under Russell Bays. Michael Rona mentioned your special day a couple times. Well, she was second choice at 5-2, not beating a single horse off of the Black Friday layoff. Sweet Nothings with Aaron Grider, the third choice at a little bit higher than 5-2, runs second, and Run the Blues Away finishes third in Saturday's 56th running of the California Oaks. Now 4 stakes races to bring you from the Great Race Place, Santa Anita, 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. Up first, it's going to be the fillies and mares on the turf, going a mile in the second running, named after that hard-knocking filly of a couple years ago, the Megahertz, Wild Mia, the 6-5 favorite.
Field for the Megahertz sent on their way to a perfect start. Equitana from the inside gate and Pick and Pray. 2 inside horses sprinting away early. Bergberg is going to settle into the third position. They've been followed by Imperialistic Diva. Celestial Kitten in the blue down at the rail. Wild Mia the grey is taken back second last. Vamo a Galopia is the early trailer. They head to the 3/4 pole, and Equitana absolutely sprinting away out here. Taking a hold of the bit now and goes on to lead it by 5. Pick and Pray didn't want any part of that and is taken back into the second spot on a tight hold. There's another gap of 5 back to Bergberg. Then a gap of 3 lengths to Celestial Kitten. Imperialistic Diva on the far side. Wild Mia is the grey. And still the trailer Vamo a Galopia. They run to the half-mile pole now, and all alone out here, Equitana. Equitana's opened up a 9-length lead as they go into the far turn. Pick and Pray is still racing along in second, 5 clear of Bergberg. Celestial Kitten now sent after the leaders. Wild Mia on the far side. Vamo a Galopia beginning to improve. Imperialistic Diva drops out of it. They coming to the top of the lane, and Equitana still all alone out here. Equitana, but only by 5, and they coming at her now. Equitana, all hands on deck now. Shorten stride noticeably, can find no more. On the inside, Vamo a Galopia. Vamo a Galopia now strikes the front, got a perfect run through on the inside. Wild Mia running on late as well. But Vamo a Galopia, very impressive, strides home to win it convincingly. 3-way photo for second will go to Celestial Kitten, then close Pick and Pray and Wild Mia.
Perhaps the easiest last to first you will ever come across. Vamo a Galopia scores the victory under Joe Talamo. I mean, just a uniquely run race. I know the rails were up. It's hard to, quantify the internal fractions, but Equitana, who was first at 5-2, the second choice in the wagering, just looked for a pillow under Chantel Sutherland, didn't beat a single horse, and the horse that was last was first was Celestial Kitten, finishing second, and Pick and Pray at nearly 28-1 runs third. Wild Mia, the 6-5 favorite, finishes fourth. The Familiar Silks of Robert S. Evans scores the victory, trained by Neil Drysdale. Second stakes race on Saturday afternoon, formerly the opening day feature at Santa Anita. 6 furlongs, Olders in the Palos Verdes. John Sadler sends out the 9-5 favorite courtside.
And away they go to a perfect start. Frumius is fastest into stride, courtside on the far side, and now here's Galientos coming through down at the rail. M1 Rifle settles in the 4th spot, Euro Ears is 5th, 4.5 off these leaders, and Mensa Heat is at the back. They run to the half-mile pole, Frumius in front by a length, Galientos tied to the rail, courtside is right there in 3rd. M1 Rifle and Euro Ears are joined 4th, they 3.5 off that leader, and Mensa Heat is last. Past the 3/8 they go, and Frumius tries to shake loose now, and Frumius opens up length and a half on them. In the second spot is Galientos. Courtside is back in third. Courtside, the whip's coming out though. He's in deep water. Euro Ears on the far side. M1 Rifle. Something wrong with Courtside. He's gone. He's dropped out last. They're at the top of the lane, and Frumius kicks for home. Frumius in front by 2. Chased home by Galientos. Euro Ears and M1 Rifle trying to run on late, but Frumius is well clear. And Frumius clear with a 16th to go. And it is going to be Frumius and Antonio Castagnon to take the Palace Birdies convincingly. Frumius by 4.5 in the end. Galientos holds second. Mensa Heat running on. Then Euro Ears, M1 Rifle and Courtside.
You know, on Saturday morning on Loose on the Lead, Steve Bick and Seth Merrill had Bill Spar on and said he was going to scratch the champion Amazombie with rough weather out at Santa Anita, but by 4:08 local time, it was a wet, fast racetrack. John Sadler sent out the last place favorite Courtside, and Jeff Bondy sent out Frumius. The 6-1 winner made every pole a winning one. Draws off to win by nearly half a dozen lengths, returning $14.60. Galientos finishes second with Mensa Heat third. Euro Ears seems to be a mere shadow of his former self. See if he can bounce back. He was the second choice at 3-1, running off the board in Saturday's Palace Verdes. Sunday afternoon, a couple of stakes races to bring you up first. 3-year-olds going 6.5 furlongs in the San Pedro. The 8-5 favorite, Drill.
And away they go. Got Even flew out the gate and opens up a length the first few jumps. Now here comes Midnight Transfer down at the rail. Passing Game in the white on the far side. Let's Get Cracking is pulling hard now and going up to race in the third spot. Between horses comes Coach Sicky, and Drill is last, but only 4 lengths covers the lot. They head to the half-mile pole and Got Even by a length. In the second spot is Let's Get Cracking. Down at the rail, Midnight Transfer right there. On the far side, Passing Game. Then Coach Sicky, and Drill is at the back. 3 lengths would cover the lot. Drill's going to have to go 4 wide, but Drill is now starting an early run, and there goes Drill all the way up to third, 4 wide, but now going to drop in as he comes to tackle the leaders. Got Even is that leader, but Drill all the way from last to second now. Let's Get Cracking on the inside, then Coach Sicky. Midnight Transfers dropped 5 off them, and Passing Game is last. Heads a turn for home, and Got Even goes on, leads it by a length. Drill on the outside. Let's Get Cracking down at the rail. Now Midnight Transfer joins the fray as well. Coach Sicky's in with a shot too. Got Even. Here's Midnight Transfer. Drill did not go on. It is on the outside. Midnight Transfer coming at Got Even. Got Even holding on. Got Even. Midnight Transfer. Midnight Transfer. Perfect ride from Joel Rosario up to catch Got Even. Close then for third, maybe Coach Sicky.
Boy, Trevor Denman's race watching skills, when he is sharp, I don't think anyone's sharper. Boy, he had Midnight Transfer, the way he was calling him, looked to be a winner. I think many would have thought Got Even is going to get home, but no. Midnight Transfer by ahead as the second choice in the wagering, scores the victory for Carla Gaines and Joel Rosario. Got Even finishes second, and at 30-1, Let's Get Cracking. Drill beats one horse at 8-5. Bob Baffert, I think, will have to go back to the drawing board for this 3-year-old. The feature on Sunday afternoon, the series for the 4-year-old, recently turned 4-year-old fillies in Southern California, the La Cañada series, is no more. They dropped the El Encino this year. They shortened up the La Cañada from its traditional 1.8 mile distance to run the old El Encino distance on just about the spot in the calendar they used to run the El Encino. So for the 38th time, this time at 1.16 for the first time, then La Cañada 8-5, 'tis flirtatious.
Sent on their way in the La Cañada to a very even break. Mayday Rose from the inside gate. Great Heart began well and is right there too. Now 'tis flirtatious, going to be caught wide, but sprinting up on the outside, and Capital Plan right there too. Include Me Out is dropping in right behind the leaders. Now we have Great Heart, who was second earlier, now in the 5th spot. Only 4 lengths off the leaders though. The pace is solid up there, and then another 4 back to Love the Way You Are. Past the three-quarter pole they go, and Mayday Rose, taking a nice hold out here, tugs away along by 3/4 of a length. On the far side is Tis Flirtatious. Now here's Capital Plan, pretty keen to go on in the pink. She's going to have to tuck in behind those leaders, though. On the far side, we have Count Me Out and Great Hot. Now there's only 2.5 lengths separating those 5, and a big gap of 8 lengths further back to Love the Way You Are. They've run past a half-mile pole, and it's still Mayday Rose in front by a length. Tis Flirtatious second. Great Hot is between them. Capital Plan down at the rail. Include Me Out. There goes Include Me Out on the far side. Include Me Out in the blue cap going up to race third. And still a big gap of 7 back to Love the Way You Are. They have a 1/4 mile to go now. Mayday Rose, but here's Include Me Out, made this huge run, and Include Me Out strikes the front now, still just been hand-ridden. Include Me Out's gone right by Mayday Rose. Great Hot is in there as well. Down the centre, Tis Flirtatious. Love the Way You Are, coming with a big run on the extreme outside too. Include Me Out is clear. On the outside, Love the Way You Are, and also Great Hot in there, but it is all Include Me Out. And Include Me Out and Joe Talamo coming home, stylish winners of the La Cañada. Great Heart was second, Tis Flirtatious, Love the Way You Are, Capital Plan, and Mayday Rose.
Well, a $19 winner that made it look easy, winning by nearly a handful. Ron Ellis sends Include Me Out to victory in the La Cañada Grade 2 Stakes. Great Hot, a horse that I fancied of late as the second choice, finishes second. And the 8-5 favorite, Flirtatious, checks in third for Marty Jones in Sunday's La Cañada. Now, talked about this over the weekend on the Handicappers Report. There is a large gap now for the fillies and mares if they wait for the Santa Margarita Invitational, which is the premier older filly or mare race of the meet at Santa Anita. Perhaps these 4-year-olds will take on the elders in the Santa Maria in a couple of weeks. Now time to come to the Big A Thursday afternoon, a little stakes race on the card. The odds-on favorite, Bourbon Street Girl for Gary Contessa in the Biagio's Rose.
And they're off. Hard Mystery, Millbranch Millie. There goes Love Contract now moving up. It's Love Contract and Hard Mystery. Heads apart for the early lead. Millbranch Millie just in behind in third. Lion Alexandra moves up on the far outside from fourth. Peace Preserver is in fifth. And the favorite, Bourbon Street Girl, will be the early trailer in sixth as they round the clubhouse turn and head for the backstretch. Love Contract by a head. Lion Alexandra on the outside is second, with Hard Mystery at the rail through an opening 1/4 mile in 24 and 4/5 seconds. Millbranch Millie is fourth, 3.5 lengths from the lead. Then it's Peace Preserver, and it's another 3 to Bourbon Street Girl, who continues to trail midway up the backstretch. Love Contract leads 3/4 of a length. Lion Alexandra on the outside in second. Hard Mystery in behind on the inside in third. Millbranch Millie alongside in fourth. Then Peace Preserver and Bourbon Street Girl, the half mile, 50 and 2/5 seconds. The 3-year-old fillies go around the far turn. Love Contract, 3/4 of a length. Lion Alexandra in second. There goes Millbranch Millie on the far outside. Hard Mystery is saved ground the entire way, is down on the inside in fourth. Then it's Peace Preserver. Bourbon Street Girl will be forced to make a wide move into the stretch. 3/4 and 1, 16 and 1. Hard Mystery comes through on the inside now to take the lead from Love Contract. It's Hard Mystery in front. Bourbon Street Girl on the outside now moves up, but it's Hard Mystery with the lead, and the lead is 3 lengths as they pass the 16th pole. Then Bourbon Street Girl and Love Contract, and Hard Mystery wins it. Bourbon Street Girl did get second. Love Contract was third.
Up at the tote board, Ramon Dominguez Wintertime Stakes in New York, and you receive $13.40. Yahoo George Weaver trained part owner. Inside post position, inside trip as easy as could be for Hard Mystery. Wins off by nearly 3 lengths, defeating Bourbon Street Girl, the 9-10 favorite under David Cohn. Love Contract checks in third as the second choice at 2-1. But Hard Mystery, the offspring of Hard Spun, who was the runner-up freshman stallion of last season behind Scat Daddy. Final race to bring you this weekend, the Haynesfield, the horseman who went a long way to getting Zenyatta a Horse of the Year when he front-ended Blame in the Jockey Club Gold Cup a couple of years ago. These are New York Safe-breds, and by a couple of shekels, Social Saul, the 7-5 favorite.
And they're off. Number 3, Spa City Fever, got left at the starting gate and spotted the field 5 lengths. There's Social Saul going out for the lead. Uncle T7 on the outside in second, with Beauty in the Pulpit racing in third. Then Inherit the Gold in fourth. And after the slow beginning, Spa City Fever is the trailer. Around the clubhouse turn, Social Saul 3/4 of a length. Uncle T7 on the outside in second by a length, with Beauty in the Pulpit racing in third. Length and a half to the gray. Inherit the Gold in fourth. And another 4 to Spa City Fever. The quarter in 23 and 2/5 seconds. Social Saul sets the pace here and leads 3/4 of a length over Uncle T7. Beauty in the Pulpit is just in behind in third, with Inherit the Gold on the outside in fourth. Inherit the Gold about 3.5 lengths off the lead. Spa City Fever continues to trail. Half mile, 48 and 2. Social Saul has the lead as the field approaches the far turn. Long shot Uncle T7 on the outside in second. Beauty in the Pulpit and Inherit the Gold are right together third and fourth. And a break of 3 lengths to Spa City Fever. Now they're midway around the far turn. There goes Uncle T7 up to challenge Social Saul for the lead. Uncle T7 on the outside and Social Saul at the rail. Inherit the Gold now moves to third, 3/4 in 1:12 and 4, and they're in the stretch. Here's Inherit the Gold, who takes over. Inherit the Gold in front and is clear. Clear by 3, now by 4 lengths. Social Saul, Uncle T7, and Spa City Fever giving chase. 6-year-old gelding Inherit the Gold was much the best here. Won by 6 lengths. Social Saul did get second over Uncle T7.
And that's the Inner Dirt Track maven we know, Inherit the Gold. The 7-5 second choice sat a perfect trip as Social Saul, the favorite, was just doing hard battling with Uncle T7. Inherit the Gold sitting right behind under Junior Alvarado. Tips out, wins by 6+ lengths. You saw at the start, Spa City Fever lost almost all chance when leaping at the start for our good friend Adam Madcore. But Inherit the Gold back on his winning ways over the winter on the Aqueduct Inner Dirt Track. That wraps up this week's edition of Horses and Courses, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy your racing this week. We'll see you back here Monday morning for the next HNC.